参った。泣けか。
ありえねえ、食事と会話の真最中に。しかも続きを噛み始めたぞ。
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This time we are trying out a list that I got from somebody in my locals. This is their Kaido list. So new cards that we're trying out with Kaido. This is a very old leader with some new tech that just recently came out. We're trying out this queen who acts kind of like another Onigashima. You have to pay a little bit to keep it moving, but it does also cycle your hand. Also, this king who ramps you a couple Dawn right away, and then is really hard to remove from the field. Similarly, this Kaido, really hard to remove from the field, and he also gains Rush and rests one of our opponent's characters. And then finally, this Flame Dragon Torch, which lets you rest a blocker, gain 3,000 power, and is also a 4K counter. Otherwise, we have some other stuff that's newer since the last time we probably played this, is this ulti that lets you untap one of your stages and recover a Dawn when you return 2 or more, which would be this Kaido, the leader Kaido. So we have a couple different ways of kind of triggering this. Otherwise, it's just a solid body that you can play out. But yeah. Everything else filling out the list is some standard stuff, either for purple in general or pretty obvious Animal Kingdom Pirates inclusions like the Black Maria and the Queen. So without further ado, let's hop into some games. Alright, first up we have a match against Uta. This will be interesting. I think here I will want to go first. I want to find Onigashima if I can. This is probably too many of these Kaidos and not enough counter in general, so I will mulligan this. We do find the Onigashima, and we even get to use a Searcher on this first turn here. We are on the odd curve, so I think I'm going to pick up the Kaido here. Just as a threat, and then we'll pass the turn over to our opponent. I guess the Onigashima switches me over to the even curve, so maybe it wasn't necessary to take the odd card, but we will just get in here. Our opponent on Uta means it's going to be hard to do some real starve on them, so I think what we're going to hope to do is get Black Maria set up and then start burning their life pretty quickly here. We're just going to take here, no problem with that. I think here we want to probably play out Queen. We will -1 Dawn. We don't need a second Onigashima. Let's ramp again, and with 1 Dawn left, let's just swing a 6. And then we'll pass the turn. Depending on how our opponent plays this, we will just take a block if we can, which looks like it's unlikely to happen here. They're just going in with an 8 here. I think I'm actually okay taking another one here. Although I guess with 8, yeah, I think it's still correct. We have this 10 drop here, which will be really great at helping clear board, and these Kaidos get around it, which is great. So let's maybe... we're going to play out this Kaido for sure. Let's go ahead and do that, I guess. And then we will rest this. Let's get our Dawn back. We are at 7. We want to get 1 more for this, which we won't be able to do. I guess I should have thought through that one. Let's just beat on this Sanji here. If we can keep their board thin, or if they want to protect it, then their hand thin, then we will be able to punish them on a following turn here. Okay. So they're going really low in hand, which if they do too much more board setting up, this Kaido will really get them, which should work out quite nicely in our favor. They are going wide, And I think this is probably going to work out for us, because we will get to wipe their board next turn. Well, not next turn, the turn after. 6 here. I think this is where we start countering, especially because we have quite a few 2Ks here. Another new Genesis. I'm invincible. I guess they're probably looking for, it's gonna be a 9. I think it's probably correct to do block and then 2Ks here. Save me a little bit of Dawn that way. We can go up to 10. Let's start with a swing here. I don't think that we are in a rush to clear their board, especially because, yeah, like I said, I think they're going to defend these. We have 2 left to work with. Let's go here. They do eventually take. That's good to see. 1, 2, and we'll rest the Nami. And I think I'm going to swing at the Nami because that's a card advantage card, and I think we will be able to get that without too much issue here. See how our opponent plays it here. We are just wrapped up getting a bunch of 2Ks. I will do this, even though it does set me off of this Kaido again. We still have the Gatling here to get around it. I think I'm going to give a 2K here because I'll be able to... let's see. Let's block this one. And if they want to swing at him, then we can give it... no, we will take this one. Ulti, interesting here. Going to 9. I think it's actually probably time. They are on 10 Dawn here. I think it's probably time to start doing the Black Maria shenanigans after we keep going at board here. I'm going to work on taking these down. The Sanji is an important one to be able to remove from the field. Wow, they are very aggressively defending this. We need to use some of our Dawn first. Let's go ahead and activate this. Then we can do... We need 3 left. 5, 6. Yeah, let's just clear this Sanji. And then we will use leader ability here to trash the top card of their life. We'll play out this Black Maria and then activate Black Maria. Gain all 5 rested and in the turn. We are in... Ooh, this one is one that I haven't seen yet. It's from EVO3. It's 4 or less. Okay, they do get to clear the Black Maria here, which is correct to just let that one go. I don't think there's any reason to attempt to protect that one. 6 here, that's an easy 2K. And then 11, if it comes in at the Kaido, we're actually in a pretty good spot here. Going again. Let's cancel that. Let's see here. Currently, I can wipe the board, and I think that might actually be the right play here. So I'm going to counter here, and then we'll take the Shanks hit. All right, a nice Black Maria to help balance things out next turn. Let's go with a 5 at face, and then a 9 at face, and then a 9 at face, and then a 6 at face, which is going to be where they're going to be tipped off to the thing. We're going to use the card action. Return those 2 Dawn, gain a rested Dawn, and pass to our opponent. If they have 2, if they have several I'm invincibles, then that's unfortunate. We are going to take this one. Okay. I'm not sure. Yeah, they just judged that they weren't going to be able to get it. But Kaido did end up coming in the end. I was suspect of whether or not he was going to come in with bouncing off of 10, but he did end up getting there. So let's hop into the next game. All right, now we have a different leader I haven't seen in a while, Shirahoshi. I think I'm going to go first again here. We have Onigashima, we have some searchers. This looks good to me. We do a search here. Here I am going to take the Black Maria as it is both a 2K and a ramp source. And then we'll pass here. Next turn we'll play Onigashima. Shirahoshi makes this a bit annoying. Let's just swing a 5 here. We're hoping to get set up a spot where we can find the 10 drop and use it when they have a face-up life on the field. So we have to make sure we engineer that situation. Luckily we don't have too much removal here, and these Kaidos will do really good at fighting into their board. I'm tempted to not swing on the next turn, but we'll see what our opponent plays here. Madara, okay. So they're opting just to use that. Oh, I forget that the Shirahoshi does that. So we're gonna have to make sure that we go after the Shirahoshi and clear it without too much extra. 1, and then what do we not need here? I feel like Kaido gains 3,000 magnets and the rest of one of your opponent's characters. So a lot of Dawn investment for that. I think I am going to pitch this, and then I'm going to pass the turn here. Oh, I should have used the searcher here. Oh, I should have pitched the Onigashima. Wow, I'm making mistakes all over the place. The Onigashima is very clearly the right card to pitch here. A 5 at lead we will take here. I think we can afford that pretty reasonably. Okay, now we have 1 up. And then they're gonna flip this back down, okay. Here is definitely going to be a Kaido to go at this Shirahoshi here, and let's just swing at it for 5. Once it's gone, then the Kaido can go at the Madara, and we have the 1 left for the Searcher event. Gatling will let us get rid of. Let's gain this rested. They don't have another blocker. I'm actually going to go at it with this Queen here, so that I can clear out this blocker with Kaido. They might give me a counter for this, because this was a pretty important one, being able to reset their life. They do not. Here I will grab, I think, the Queen, and we'll pass the turn back. Next turn going to 9 Dawn. So we'll have to see how we play out 9 Dawn. Kaido is obviously pretty strong here. We still get to 10 because of Onigashima. And then we could just put on some good pressure. Let's see if they have another Shirahoshi, which will help them quite significantly. Okay. Set in 2 more characters here, an 8K here. I think I will have to let Queen go if they swing too much at it. I guess I will play it by ear, but I might be able to give them some. I might be able to give them some cards here. An 8 at 6. Yeah, I think this is correct to give them that. They are gonna swing another 8 here, a 2k and a 1k. And then this one does not have rush, does it? It does not. So this is the last swing. So let's give them these two. Oh, I forgot about that one, but we do have the 1k for it. They have 2 up here. It is another Shirahoshi. What is the right way to play this? We need to get that Shirahoshi off the field. And if we just leave queen up, then that will work out. 2, rest you. Gain this, rested back. They don't have any blockers, so a 5k should be sufficient. And then we can save these for his other bodies. Holding the queen back because it is the only card on my field that is vulnerable. I think I'm gonna go... Let's go 10 at 8 here. If they want to counter for it, then I can go at it again. Okay, so 10 seemed to be enough. I'm going to keep going at their board then. Okay, they do protect it. I'm going to pass here. We are set up to go to 10 next turn. If they want to swing at our Kaidos, we can just opt not to go to 10 next turn, which I think is still a very valid play. Obviously, if they find a third Shirahoshi, that makes it a lot tougher. The first 2 was probably pretty good. I am going to take here 7. What are they doing here when attacking you for 3? Okay, so they are going to rest the queen. All right. I'm going to take this one. I think we can afford to take these. The scaled Neptunian goes at queen. That helps us a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to take that one as well. No trigger here. Fortunately, Onigashima being a brick is not great. And we are going to just try to go at their board here. No reason to give them the option. Here we're going to have to hold up this Flame Dragon Torch. Oh, look, even a Sanji here is great. So, let's see, how do we navigate this? So obviously we play out king, but first let's go a 10 at one of these 8s. This does get out all of their counter if they have any, unless it is specifically the Shirahoshi event. I think I'm gonna go 11 at this just in case, because we don't need a terribly large amount here. And then we'll go 5 at Madara or Megalo, depending on how they play it. They are trying to hold that. So maybe we do... I am going to go at this one. I don't think the Megalo Madara difference is going to be significant, but it is something to pay attention to. Then we're going to play out King because it doesn't do anything in my hand. I don't have anything to do with this. Ooh, we can use leader ability. Although I don't want to because that lets them use their leader ability again. So I am going to just pass here using my counter on this turn here to protect life, to stay at 1. Because we don't have a lot of blockers right now. Leader ability will eventually be quite effective at taking down their board. Okay. Going for 7 here. I am going to use this Flame Dragon Torch just because I need to use it at some point. Konmaji, okay. This, ooh, that's probably a bit too much, but it is definitely a spicy angle here. Let's just start with a 5 at Megalo. And then a 7 lead. Nine lead. 9 lead. I think this works the way I want it to. We're gonna use you. We could have used one more, but we 7. Trash their last life. Gain arrested Dawn. Oh, I forgot to do the Onigashima piece. But we do get to play out this Sanji as a blocker and pass turn here. I think this will win us here. With a blocker, them only on 1 card, I think we probably get there. Because I don't think they have any like traditional rush outside of maybe Hody Jones. I guess Hody Jones could be a problem. But I think that we probably have it here. Yeah, these Kaidos were quite Kaidos, and rest is quite good into the Shirahoshi. If you can't deal with the Shirahoshis, then you are in a lot of trouble. So resting and swinging into them is one of the most effective ways of dealing with them. Drawing another Shirahoshi. This one. Okay, they're gonna heal. The guys are gonna get some health, or some power, I should say. Yeah, I don't think that this is likely that we need too much to finish here. I think we'll probably be able to wrap it up here. Let's go ahead and use this. Let's go with a 7. Giving me 2 cards here. Let's go with this one. Okay, so they take here. They have 1 event most likely here. If we split these, it's going to be 12 and 12. I think that should be enough. Here goes the block. And then we don't even need to worry too much here, because if they counter out of this, yep, you're not my type. 9, and then 1 and 1. All right, so there we did get there. And we'll give our opponent the GG and go next. All right, here we have a little bit more meta matchup. We have the yellow Luffy. I'm gonna go first, hoping to get the Onigashima, which I did not find, which I will mulligan. Onigashima into King is really good here, so we will obviously take this. Let's do a swing. I don't know, they don't always want to take this first one here. Let's see if they do. They do give me a counter. We will use Onigashima and pass. They hope a 7 here. We will take that. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna be in a nice spot here. Active rested. We're on 8 Dawn here. We can even hold up a Flame Dragon Torch here. Okay, they did do the good old Flame Dragon King set up all of their life stuff, which will be nice because we're gonna try our best to completely ignore it. Using the Black Maria and leader ability. We're gonna get another rested, and then we're gonna pass. We did this so that we can use the torch if we want to. Nico Robin, fine. 5 here. I am just going to give a 1k. I think it's correct to go at board here. Kaido, go down 2. Rest one of theirs. Let's go an 8 at it. They do let it go. Then we can play out the Black Maria. Trash one of their life. Use Black Maria. Add 5 back. Add another back. Go 5 at face. Okay, they had 2 of the Sanjis. And then 9. See how they stacked them. They had 3 Sanjis in life. So we are going to 1, 2, 3. That was quite a doozy. Luckily, we don't really have anything that these Sanjis can effectively do. And we will just get to swing into them next turn. I'll take this one. I don't think this is going to be a bigger swing. Let's give the LD. Robin. Okay, let's go A5 here. Let's go A7 here. See how they play it. For my turn, I guess, let's see here. What is the way we play this? We're letting it go. Start setting up blockers, maybe. Use 1 here, go 10. Get another trigger here, they do not, alright. Trash a life. Gain 5, gain 1. Active rested. And in the turn, returning 1. I do think we're in a rather good spot here. If they heal again, that's not great, but is perfectly reasonable. Let's see. They're going just with a 7. What is the correct play here? I think I'm going to take this one. I think I'm going to end up having to take one this turn anyways. And being at 1 is probably good enough. A 9 here. Let's do the block. Yep. Unfortunately, I forgot how that one worked. At 10 here, we can 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That seems correct, maybe. Although we should spread this out. Cancel, so 4 and 2. Yeah, so I can make 3 9s, which I think is probably correct. Let's go 9. They might take here. I do have to be careful about when I use the... Okay, so they do take, in which case it's probably correct. Ooh, they take again. No, they're putting one in life. All right. It might be correct to just let it rip then. In which case we should play out the Kaido. One, two. Let's rest you. I'm not going to make a big difference here. And then we should be lower, so we get to play out the Sanji. Let's go 9 again. Although this is where they're gonna get me with the thing. Okay, so they just a blocker. That I can deal with. We are going to use trash their last life. Active rested. Gain 5. Gain 1. We're at 9. We will get to keep all of our Dawn. Then we can just do a 5 here. And then a 7. Okay. Now they have 3 attacks. It's gonna be a bit close. The Bonnie is a bit of a problem. 5 here. We need to counter. Unfortunately, we're gonna run out of cards here. The Bonnie was the piece that got me here. 8. And then they're going with a 9, which unfortunately I do have to block, and then the 10 will get it. So quite close here. Bonnie is very good here, and will get us in the end. Good chain of Robins, giving them enough life to do that. I wonder if there was an angle that I could have played it better to get around that blocker, but I did have a fair number of bricks in hand to prevent me from getting out of some of the early swings here. With 1 card left in hand, yeah. The other thing that I'm unclear on is if I could have used leader ability more effectively, and maybe held back a turn, or just full held back and only used leader ability to rip through life, which would have been an option, a much slower option, but it would have potentially been an option. Let's go to a wrap up. So wrapping up for this deck, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Definitely you can feel a bit of brickiness there. Being for 5 life leader, I did not feel particularly tanky. I don't know how much of that is me taking a little too liberally. That's very possible. I have a tendency to get a little greedy with my life. And there were definitely a lot of 1Ks that I probably should have used early that I wasn't finding use for. Like this ulti, I did find a use for a little bit, but it wasn't too big. This queen just wasn't showing up very much. And yeah, otherwise quite a few bricks in the hand. There's probably some turns I could have better played around the Flame Dragon torch, but otherwise I thought this deck felt pretty good. I might even consider swapping over these X-Drakes, even though they're searchable 2Ks, to the Sanjis, because the Sanji definitely felt at home with the leader ability being -7, and then that's perfect for you to play out this before doing any of your other re-ramps, which would have worked out quite nicely. But all in all, a pretty solid deck. See you guys in this week's videos. I think I'll be playing Croc again. So I hope you're looking forward to that, and I will see you guys then. Bye.